Hi everybody, welcome back. So this time we're going to learn about the linear sketch pattern and circular sketch pattern buttons. You won't see both, but you'll see the linear sketch pattern if it's in your default sketch tab. So let's try it out. Okay, so where are they? Well, I've already started a sketch, and here is a linear sketch pattern button. Now you're not going to see a circular sketch pattern because it's in the drop-down box. Linear sketch pattern, circular sketch pattern. Both of these are glorious because, like I said last time, things repeat. You will see the same thing over and over and over again. So for example, I have my little rectangle right here. Let's say that I needed 3 rectangles. Well, I use linear sketch pattern, and you can see now there's kind of like a little yellow line here. Okay, kind of like a little yellow line. As a note, I already had that selected because I had just made it. If I hadn't, I would have to go down here to Entities to Pattern and click on it. Now, the little yellow line right here is saying that is where it's going to pattern this. So how does it work? Well, currently it's just kind of guessing. It says direction 1 is the x-axis, direction 2 is the y-axis. It doesn't have to be that. I can have any straight line I want and say go in that direction. So I can go at diagonals, I can go where I want to, but these are the defaults. The second option here simply says this is how much it's going to move until it makes the second one. Currently it's 0.1 inch. I'll make it 2 inches now, and you see it's moved over some. If I make it 4 inches, now it's over here. Okay? And currently I'm making 2 of them in the x direction and just 1 in the y direction, so it's not patterning it this way. I can make it do both. So if I click down here, it's not clicking the button like it's supposed to. Let's see, that's good, that's fine. 2. There we go. It's being weird to me for a second. So, now you can see that I've got 4 of these guys. And I can keep on increasing the numbers if I want to. That's what's bothering me. The little up and down arrows disappear now in this new version. And I can make as many as I want. And I can change the spacing as I wish. I can even, if I want to skip particular ones, like right here, instances to skip, I can go down and I can choose which ones I don't want, like that one, don't make it. This one, I just dislike you for some strange reason. So there's a lot of flexibility here. But the biggest thing is that it will repeat what you've created in any direction you want. And you can go on a 2D grid. So you can go in the Y direction, the X direction. There's a lot of flexibility here. So use this to your advantage. It is very, very helpful. It is one of my favorite tools, just being honest with you. Because there's so many times, like right here, okay. I have a keyboard. It's an old keyboard for my Microsoft Surface Pro. It broke sadly, so this no longer works. Or the keys don't work. Either way, you can see that those keys repeat. Now in this case, they're not on a really good 2D grid, but at least going in one direction, they're all spaced the same. So if I was modeling this, I would not have to want to make one square here, 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 all the way across. It would take forever. No, what I'd want to do is make one square and say, okay, repeat an inch to the right. And it would do it. And I could make as many keys as I needed to. Then I could do the next line and do it again. And it would save a ton of time. Okay, back to it. So I want to X out of this. I'm not going to keep these. I'm going to show you a circular sketch pattern, which is very helpful. And I say that a lot for a lot of things. But before I can have a circular sketch pattern, I need a circle that it's going to go around. So here is my circle. Usually, but not always, if you're using a circular sketch pattern, the circle is going to be for construction. Sometimes it's an edge that already exists, but I'm going to go ahead and make this for construction. So I click on it, I go over here to the left, and I click on for construction, so it's now that kind of dotted line which says, this isn't to make anything, this is just to help me make something. And now I'm going to put some shape on the outside. It does not have to be on the circle, it can be off of it. However, I'm going to put it right here. I'm also going to put this one right here, so just so you can see they can do both. Okay, so I've got 2 circles, one on the circle, one off the circle. And now I'm going to use that circular sketch pattern. So, circular sketch pattern. First off, it has no idea what I'm going around, so I give it a circle. This guy right here. So it's like, okay, now I know that you want to go around there. Now I've got to actually choose something to pattern. As a note, if you haven't selected anything before that point, it will think that you're trying to pattern the circle that you just clicked, which is weird, so you delete that and you click on your circles. Okay, now you should be able to see in yellow, this is not very good contrast, but you should be able to see in yellow right here that it has made 4 sets of circles. Now why did it do that? Well, it did that because I said 1 equal spacing, which means I want all my new instances to be equally spaced, and 2, that there's 4 of them. So if I increase this, now there's 5, 6, 7, 8. You see that's moving them around there. It does not have to be equal spacing. I can, if I want to, just set an angle. And so I only go part of the way around it. So I'm going 15 degrees. So each of these is spaced 15 degrees apart. And that's fine too. There's a lot of other things I can do as well. As you can see, I can change how they're going around it. So yes, they're going around the circle, but the x-axis is offset, which can change my curve. I can change the y-axis and change how it's moving it. And what you can see right here is it's 1, changing the center of what's rotating around, and 2 is changing the size of the circle because where your little original piece was, that can't move. That has to stay the same. So I don't usually mess with these 2 buttons, but they are helpful probably in a lot of cases where I just don't use them. So normally they stay as 0. So the biggest ones for me are usually I use equal spacing, which has completely messed everything up because I got rid of them. So we'll say right here and 45 degrees. There we go. I have messed something up here. Oh, sorry, 360 degrees, my bad. This right here is the angle that they go around. If I change this, then it only goes partially around the circle. I can also make this 720, this gets really weird. So 360 is the full circle, which means they're gonna go all the way around, which is what you want for equal spacing. Okay, so that is how the linear sketch pattern and the circular sketch pattern works. If you're wondering why do I need a circular sketch pattern, flanges, things that are holding, like I've worked with vacuum chambers. And the big thing about vacuum chambers is you have to open them up at some point, but you're supposed to be able to tighten them down really, really tight. And so how do you do that? Well, you have a big circle, you put another big flat piece of metal on it, and then you have bolt holes that go all around the outside edge. Another place we probably see this is with your car. If you've ever taken off your tire before, you see that it's got about 5 or 4 or 6 bolts that you have to remove the wheel. And those are in a circular pattern. They go around the axis. They're not just randomly distributed. Here's one on the top of the tire, here's one over here, we'll put 2 right here. No, it's a circular pattern. So circular patterns are very, very common. And doing this will save you time because you can just dimension it once or tell it to dimension it and not have to do it all the time in your drawing. So, thanks for listening. I hope this helps you, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.